Grindcore Records. It takes me back, man. It takes me back to the time I smell this leather jacket. This is my leather jacket from fucking high school, and I still fucking have it, and I can still fit in the motherfucker. And every time I smell this leather jacket, this reminds me of back then, man. Getting into fucking hardcore and then death metal and all that shit. Oh, it has that smell. It doesn't smell like fucking rotten ass either. All right, hey, what's up, man? We're back on here. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of day it is for you. So we're back, going back to some old death metal. I've had this video planned for probably a year or two. It's been on my list. When I have videos, I always create a list of stuff I want to work on, and this has been in the making. So I finally got to it. But hey, how's everybody doing? What's new, man? For me, you know, I always talk about I like to switch things up, and it's kind of funny because it's a comment I got from Henrik Berg Pedersen. Yeah, you know Henrik. We talk on comments. He had commented because before I mentioned how I like to listen to a lot of different stuff, and I do like some of the old grunge stuff, not the before it got mainstream bullshit. You know, and he said, "Would you ever think about doing a video about grunge?" I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I think a lot of people would probably think it's a bunch of pussy shit, honestly. But I don't give a fuck. I like some of that shit. A lot of the old Sub Pop stuff and everything. And that first Nirvana album, that's a fucking heavy record, man. That song Negative Creep, that's fucking brutal shit. Okay, not brutal, but it's heavy and dirty rock and roll. It's good stuff. Early Mudhoney and stuff like that. And it's funny that Henrik, he put that comment because this week I just been on a Sonic Youth kick, you know. I mean, that's not grunge. They're a New York band. They're not grunge, but they were around during that time, you know, with Goo and all that shit. But I don't know, sometimes I just grab a certain band and just go back and just revisit their whole discography. Like if I listen to Cannibal Corpse, I listen to Eating Back to Life and listen to everything for 2 weeks, you know, their whole discography. Here of late, been listening to Sonic Youth, man, the pop stuff and also the early noisy shit. So I like to mix it up, man. If you don't like it, fuck it, man. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'm mixing it up. But anyway, just real quick news, you know, coming up. We just recently played some cool shows recently. We've got some more stuff coming in January of next year. Our next show is going to be January 17th. Jamming Out All Badass, the second edition of the Jamming All Out Badass, the Jawaba Unfest. So we're looking forward to that. I know a lot of motherfuckers are coming from out of town. We're looking forward to partying with you motherfuckers. Let's get a good lineup, man. Insecticide, ETD, Hexaya, fucking Luke Juarez. Who the fuck else? Who am I missing? Am I missing somebody? I think that's it. And us. I'll do a full video showcasing those bands coming up. That's going to be on January 17th. And also, Francisco just messaged me the other day. I guess it's been confirmed that the same day at the venue, right before the show, they're going to have a heavy metal market. I don't know if it's been announced yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, whatever the fuck. But I'm just saying it right now. They're supposed to have the heavy metal market beforehand at the same place outside where the show is at. And then the show's going to be inside. So it's going to be a fucking whole January 17th, a bunch of fucking heavy metal shit going on that day. And then the next weekend in San Antonio, we're heading up to January 24th. We're playing San Antonio with the Hordes of War Fest. This year, it's going to be, they're bringing in Keys to Astral Gates and Mystic Doors. Yeah, I know that's a long thing to swallow, a long name. They got the whole fucking logo. It looks like a fucking braille board. Some blind motherfucker trying to read it. But they're a good black metal band. Just very atmospheric and lo-fi. I'm looking forward to seeing it. They're a pretty newer band, but they're making some strides. People are liking it. Now, I like them too, so I'm looking forward to playing that. A bunch of other cool bands are playing. I'll do a video about that coming up. But that's January 24th. And then also in, everybody probably knows Dead by Dog #2. We're fucking playing that shit too, man. It's in August. Summer coming up, Dead by Dog 2. ETD from Texas is going there too, so we're going to have a fucking Texas invasion of that motherfucker. Denial of God, Asheron, Lord Humongous. We're looking forward to playing with them again. It's going to be a Hideous Mangala set. Fucking... Who the fuck else? A bunch of other bands. I can't. I'll do. I did a little preview video about it. I'll do more about it coming up the show. That's down the road coming up, man. So, and also this real quick little dib in there. Mordant Rhed, go check out our Bandcamp shit. We got t-shirts and CDs and shit for sale on there. Go check it out. I think the cassettes, we have a few left. Anyway, it's on there. There you go. I don't ask for any Patreon or any of that bullshit. And half the videos here I can't get them monetized because there's too much cussing on there. So most videos don't get monetized. So our monetization is you buying our shit, CDs and stuff. Plus, at least that you get something physical for it. You know, t-shirt or something. Anyway. Also, real quick too, Warhammer 666 just released this new CD. I did partial vocals on one of the songs, but it's not just because I'm like, this is a fucking good black metal album. Warhammer 666, they're starting to really build up a nice little underground niche, you know, cult following with a series of cool cult releases. And this is on from Mordant Productions. So I suggest you check this out if you like fucking raw, just aggressive, filthy black metal. And I really like the art on this as well. Very nice. So let's get into this, man. Grindcore Records are going back to the, you know, the early days of death metal when it started really getting into prominence. And I think about bands, you know, labels like that. Grindcore, early Earache, Road Racer, you know, the RC death metal releases, Ceramic Decay, Relapse back when they were fucking good. I don't know what they do now. I don't even pay attention to that shit. Nuclear Blast, which was really fucking good back then. Action Records up northeast, you know, Psycho. They put out all these great fucking releases. Action Records, JL America, which I did a video about them. Wild Rags Records, did a video about them as well. Peaceville, which back then they put out some good shit. But Grindcore Records, it takes me back, man. It takes me back to the time. I smell this leather jacket. This is my leather jacket from fucking high school, and I still fucking have it, and I can still fit in the motherfucker. And every time I smell this leather jacket, this reminds me of back then, man, getting into fucking hardcore and then death metal and all that shit. Oh, it has that smell. It doesn't smell like fucking rotten ass either. It smells like punk rock leather, motherfucker. But, so, Grindcore Records, man. The first release I got from them, I don't recall if it was either Cyanide, The Dying Truth, or Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore. It was one of those two. I don't remember, but it was around that same time. And I remember I got that. I saw the logo on there. The guy on the skateboard, Grindcore Records. I was like, because this is back when you would just buy a fucking album by looking at the cover and hoping it was going to be good. But I thought, why are these bands, they're more just death metal. They don't sound like grindcore at all. That's what I thought was very odd. But anyway, I got that shit, and I'm pretty sure Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore is the first one I got, but I could be wrong. I just don't remember. But Broken Hope, that was one of the ones I bought just because of the cover. And I like the cover on this. I know that since they reissued Swamped in Gore with some fucking nice looking art on there. Fuck that. I like the original, just juvenile looking art. They should have kept it like that. That's the way it needs to be. I remember when I first, I remember putting it in, that tape first in, pushing play, and the first song, that Boravage's Demise, I guess it was poking fun at that Boravage Kurgan motherfucker. Back then he used to write reviews for Metal Maniacs, and then he went on to fucking do that bullshit Blabbermouth website, which I don't even pay attention to that shit. I don't even know, I never even look at the shit, but back then I fucking hated his reviews. He would always put down everything. He'd always use this word cheesy, like early Cannibal Corpse. He was, it's cheesy shit, these fucking Cookie Monster vocals. I'm like, motherfucker, that's what I like. And all the shit that he would like, well, I didn't care for. He fucking loved Atheist and shit like that. I mean, man, I want to hear fucking Eating Back to Life and shit like that. And I remember Broken Hope too. I'm sure he gave that a bad review. But they had that song intro, and then it's Broken Hope went right into it. He's blasting deep fucking vocals, and I fucking love that album. That was on Grindcore. Then after that, they went on to Metal Blade Records, but fucking solid release. And I started seeing them putting ads up, all their releases and stuff. in different magazines. I was like, all right, this is the band on the move, man. It was like them and JL America were kind of putting out these underground releases that, you know, you saw the stuff on Earache and Road Racer, whatever, Roadrunner. Road Racer is a under Road Racer, Roadrunner, you know, RC, the fucking death metal shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. But all these records were a little bit rawer in production. I liked it, man, that raw production. So I started looking for that Grindcore logo on releases. And then I remember Cyanide. I saw the cover of The Dying Truth. And if anybody knows in Houston, they'll remember Sound Plus. That's where I bought that motherfucker at. It's funny that I had heard about them through little zines. You get little pieces of paper and zines and little ads of demos. I saw their demo. I didn't order it. Then I saw the release at Sound Plus, and I remember that old bastard that ran it. I said, "Can I listen to this?" Sure. And he put it in. He pushed play, and within the first couple of seconds, I heard it. Slow, heavy vocals as it turned off. I said, "I already know I'm getting this." I'm getting it. And since then, I've become a lifelong fan of Cyanide. And also, with that being said, Grindcore also broke off. They had their Redline Records as well, which Cyanide put out their Descent into Hell record after that, which I bought that when it came out. Fucking great stuff. Cyanide is still rocking shit out. They are one of my favorite bands, and they have never released anything shitty. Nothing. Even the most recent stuff, Hell's Headbangers puts out, whatever, it's all fucking good, man. But Cyanide, that Dying Truth, god damn, that was a good fucking album. And then after that, I started buying a bunch of stuff, and I bought Crowbar, Obedience Through Suffering, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care for that shit. The music was heavy as fuck, but then that vocal sounded like some guy having his fucking nuts smashed in a vice. I never got into Crowbar. Even since then, they've become a really popular band. A lot of people like them. I just never got into it. They're heavy as fuck, but you know, it's just not my thing. And I do like that kind of stuff, a little bit of southern rock mixed in, but that album, it's heavy, but the vocals, maybe I need to go back and re-listen to it, because I have the tape, but I haven't listened to it in years, man. And then another album that came out, the Morbid Saint Spectrum of Death. Now that's something that I let fly by me. I remember seeing the cover. I thought, this looks like shit. Looks like some cheap-ass Iron Maiden Eddie ripoff on the cover, this zombie with long hair. So I didn't buy it back then, and I didn't hear that album until later on. And I missed out big time, because that's some fucking great thrash. You know, that Spectrum of Death, and also in '93 they had that Black Tape demo or whatever. I fucking like that tape better than the actual album, and they're still playing now. And the new stuff is really good, but it's really well produced. I like this early stuff better. And they're from Wisconsin, all in that area. And let me back up. Grindcore is a Midwest label. They were in Illinois, so they started focusing on that area, you know, like in Cyanide from Chicago, Illinois, and Broken Hopes, Illinois, Morbid Saint from Wisconsin, Crowbar, I don't even know where the fuck they're from. I don't know. I don't even care. But they started getting these bands, and they started branching out. They put out Sarcoma, which I didn't really care for that shit. Impaler, the British death metal band, not the Impaler, the horror band. Impaler, Carnal Deity. I did a video about that release a year or so ago. But the version I bought was on Death Records, but it was also issued here on Grindcore. But Carnal Deity, great fucking death metal. And then Therion from Sweden, Of Darkness. Which their early stuff was really good, and then they went on to some kind of weird symphonic bullshit. I don't know what the fuck happened with that, but their early stuff I fucking love. They just lost my interest. And you know, other bands like Pitch Shifter, who was they were actually on Deaf Peaceville Records, but then they were issued through Grindcore here. And Pitch Shifter Industrial was really good, and then the Submit EP came out later on Earache. It's good shit, man. That early Pitch Shifter, heavy as fuck, very Godflesh-esque like music. And I know a lot of times I always talk about I don't like drum machines, but on this kind of shit, it works fine with Pitch Shifter and Godflesh. But Pitch Shifter from England, after the Submit EP, they started doing some weird shit and got into this poppy kind of crap, and they lost me after that. I just I don't give two fucks about the other shit. And I think they're still playing now. I have no interest in listening to that shit, but those first two releases and their first demo, you know, pretty fucking good. You know, in another band, it was another Wisconsin band, was Accidental Suicide. That album Deceased, I bought that too back then. It was literally, just saw the cover and bought it. And I remember getting that, and I didn't like it. I thought it was shitty. And ironically, for this video, I hadn't listened to that album since back then, and I listened to it again. Actually, it's pretty good. I'm really not sure why I didn't like it back then. I have no idea why. Because I bought it, I guess it came out in 94 or something. I don't remember what year it was. But a couple years later on, I can't remember, 10 years later or something, some guy was looking through my CDs. Oh, I want this, and he wanted to trade, and I traded him that for Cro-Mag's Near-Death Experience. Looking back on that, I think I got fucked on that trade, because that Near-Death Experience, man, there's some horrible shit on there. Some shit where John Joseph's trying to sing, it sounds fucking like crap. The album before that, Alpha Omega, is really good, except the rap bullshit that's on that one song, but the other stuff is good. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Cro-Mags, man. Anyway, but Accidental Suicide, pretty fucking good band, man. They didn't really do too much after that. A lot of these bands did back then. They did this and just kind of disappeared. And also, Paralysis. I talked about this band too, from Louisiana. Patrons of the Dark. And I saw them live for that when that album was new. Great fucking death metal band. That, and then they have a demo before that. That's all they did. And after that, Van Fall Ghost started singing for Soy and Green, and I remember this too back then. Soy and Green was more of a thrashy kind of band, and then I heard, hey man, you heard the singer of Paralysis is now with Soy and Green, and then I got a demo. It was like a 3 or 4 song demo of Soy and Green, the first shit with Ben Falco singing on there, and then, oh fuck, man, it sounded so fucking good. So I couldn't wait to get Paralysis, Soy and Green stuff, Pussy Soul, that album, man, fucking good shit. Which, speaking of that Pussy Soul, I haven't listened to that in a long time. I need to pop that shit out, man. But Paralysis, good stuff. I've talked about the time I saw Paralysis and how I got into a fight at the show. I didn't talk about some other video. Fun times, man. What else? There was Dead Youth, another band, another Illinois band. I didn't buy that when that came out. Dead Youth. I remember a friend of mine bought it. I listened to it. It's pretty good, but it just didn't make me want to buy it. Which is another band I should probably go back and listen to, because I have not listened to it since back then. Morgue. Morgue also, I think Morgue was from Illinois. I bought that CD, Eroded Thoughts, and I did see them live on that tour. Was it Cannibal Corpse or something? I don't even remember, but I did see them live. It's pretty good fucking death metal, man. I mean, all these bands just did this shit and kind of died, but Morgue, Deceased, good album. Also Afterlife, Surreality, Afterlife from Indiana. Another band that put out, I think, a demo, and then that full length. Pretty good fucking death metal. I guess they consider it technical death metal, but I just liked it because it was raw as fuck. I mean, pretty raw and good deep vocals. Excellent stuff. So yeah, I think that Grindcore, and then they also broke off and had Redline Records I mentioned earlier. I think it was Grindcore and then Redline Records, whatever, some shit. But I mean, they did pretty good of showcasing the Midwest scene, because back then, at the time, it was all about Florida, New York, all these fucking death metal hotspots. But I think Grindcore did a really good job spotlighting these bands, and also with Redline Records, that they put out some good stuff too, Skate Nigs and some other weird shit too. But they did put out that Cyanide Descent into Hell, which I got that. I was like, man, the first album was slow and crushing, but then this one, the second one, was even more Celtic Frost kind of Hellhammer-ish shit, a little more upbeat. Great album. And then actually, one of my favorite death metal releases back then, Gutted, Bleed For Us To Live. Man, fucking great, because that's one of those bands I bought their demo before they came out. I got the Disease demo, 93 I think it was. And I fucking love that. I still have shit where I used to write those motherfuckers and got letters and stuff somewhere. I don't even know if I shot video of it before, but so I got the demo, and then when the album came out on Redline Records, to me, that is a perfect death metal album. I know a lot of people might think, it's more fucking groove shit on it. It is. There's a lot of groovy stuff, but there's, to me, really catchy songs, and every time I hear that, I just want to just go into it. It was 3 brothers in the band, and I think I've heard since then one of them has died, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that album, Blade for Us to Live, to me, one of the best 90s death metal. I mean, it's not a bunch of blasting shit or nothing. It's just double bass and some mid-tempo, some up-tempo, but just the riffs are just so catchy and just, I mean, it's like fucking pit music, if you ask me. But gutted. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to just do a quick little overview of Grindcore Records. They fell apart in the mid-90s and Redline too, I guess. But, you know, the thing is, they had a nice run, but the stuff that they put out is never going to go away. You know, it's out there. It's a piece of history, and I bought a lot of it when it came out, and I still have it. And it was a big part of my childhood. So I got some more shit coming up. I do want to do an Earache Records one too, about the first 4 years. That was the best time. I know the year 5, 6, and 7 there was good stuff too, but Earache Records, the first 4 years was fucking good shit, man. But that's for another video. We'll talk about that. Anyway, in the meantime, man, Merry Christmas. Fuck off.